Hey, welcome back to Left 4 Dead Garage. I'm going to get on the El Camino again. Got to get this thing power tour ready. But before I go any further, I need to say the practices you're about to see may or may not be the correct way to do this stuff. It's the only way I know, and it's been working for a long time. So just keep that in mind. Take it for what it's worth. Now, let me get on this thing. All right, so what we're going to do is Larry's bought a complete AC kit from Rock Auto. It's, as far as I know, compressor, dryer, it should be orifice tube, some O-rings. Pretty sure these hoses were new from the last time. I'm going to swap this stuff out, pull a vacuum on it. I'll show you how I pull a vacuum, and show you how to use manifold gauges. Like I said, this is how I do it. It may not be the right way. That's all I know. But yeah, we got to get this thing power tour ready. A few other things we got to do. I need to get my car down here and get it going. So we got some power tour videos coming. Still steady on the 55, waiting on parts for the firewall. And I've got big ideas for the old orange truck over here. And as soon as I can, I got to get the El Camino down here and get the swapping on it, because I finally got the motor for that. But anyway, lots of power tour crap going on, and I need to get to it. So let me drag out some tools. Let's take this thing apart. All right, I'm gonna start taking this thing off. There ain't really a whole lot to see, but I'll just talk about power tour while I'm doing this, and then I don't have to make another video on it. But doing power tour again. Might have mentioned that in the previous video. Should be a pretty healthy group. It should be a pretty healthy group of cars. Oh, great. With us this year, I'm gonna ride the Impala one more time, and I believe I'm gonna retire for a little while. But got my buddy Charlie's going, Charlie's boy's going, Charlie's uncle's going. He had pretty sure I showed it last year. Charlie was in the white long bed C10. Logan was in the OBS that's on this channel with the LS swap. The white long bed is actually in my second or third video ever on here, back when I owned it. And then Charlie's uncle will be in a square body as well. Hopefully, the 49 truck that I chassis swapped, Chris is working steady on that thing to try to get it ready to go. This car's going. So all the people I've mentioned so far have definitely got hotel rooms booked and long hauler passes paid for. So Chris is working steady on that. If all else fails, you know, he can just shotgun in the old Impala. And what else? Got a buddy out of Belmont. His name's Chris as well. He's going to be in a square body short bed, a K10 truck. Good looking truck. Charlie has got a slight tall order to fill because he is building another truck, and at least I know it didn't leak all the way out. Charlie's building another truck, and hopefully that will actually be on the channel in the next couple weeks. We're putting the motor together tomorrow. I don't think I'll video the motor, but the truck build, the actual truck build, I am definitely going to video. So pretty interested in helping with that project, because one of two things will happen. Either people are going to love this, or people are going to hate this. Actually, probably both, now that I think about that. There will be people that love it, and there will be people that just absolutely hate what's about to happen. So can't make everybody happy though. So everybody, I got this bowl here that don't. All right, that's everything. We'll have to take the other little brackets and the adjuster deal off. Let me grab the compressor and verify that we are working with the same type. Alright, best I can tell, we're good to go. Alright, this compressor is pre-charged with 3 ounces of oil. Pretty similar to me. But yeah, hopefully we can get started on Charlie's here before long. See what kind of YouTube stink we can stir up. Alright, according to that sticker, this thing has 3 ounces of pag oil in it. I'll have to look into and make sure that's all that it needs. Alright, I don't believe we need this guy anymore. The AC system actually worked, but when the compressor got under a load, it sounded like rocks and BBs in the dryer. So that's why we were changing this. Just making sure. Okay, it looks like it is suggested that I add 3 ounces to the system. So what I'll probably do is he says you can add it through the low pressure side or the accumulator. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's slap this bad boy back on. Remember my custom spacer set up there. custom spacer here. Pretty sure this washer went in there. Should have welded all that together. Alright. So I gotta get this cap off the back, which I'm not going to uncap that compressor yet. I'm going to do all the other stuff over here, the accumulator and the orifice tube and whatnot.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Products, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
So this came with a small bottle of PAG oil, 8 ounces, plenty of seal washers and 2 different types of orifice tubes, which I've had this one out. I'm pretty sure it's that style there. Lots of O-rings, which are always handy to have. Oh, Roscoe. What is this? So this must be some type of universal deal, because I guess it's cheaper for them to give you these 3 than it is just to make the right one. So let me grab some wrenches, because I've got to get it loose here and here, and then take this little band clamp thing off, and then I gotta steal my you'd think that that thing would be an R34 fitting or R134 fitting, instead of having to use this goofy please don't leak adapter. And then the other one is the pressure switch. So let me grab some wrenches. Alright, I know what you're saying. Oh my God, adjustable wrenches? Don't worry, these are a metric. This is a metric adjustable set, so they'll fit just fine. Okie doke. Got that one loose. Let me get this one down here loose. Should come loose because I've replaced that line. Switch put the switch over there, drag out the orifice tube, which it should be in this line here, if I'm not mistaken. Best I remember anyway. See, there's usually a dent. If you're wondering where the orifice tube goes, that filter deal, there's usually a dent or a crimp in the line. That'll kind of indicate where it goes, typically. Alright, so here's the old accumulator. We'll take this little clamp bracket mess off. Now we get to match up the tubes. That looks pretty close. I believe that's us. That clearly ain't it. That ain't it. Let me hang these over here. Just to get those out of the way. Need to take this clamp off. That. Remove that guy. Need to get the switch and the port adapter off. Alright, so it's already got an O-ring on it. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on there. I'll clean my hands first. I'll be right back. All right. These little plugs would be handy to hang on to. Just about said, just about didn't put anything on there. I'm going to have to find something to measure some oil. Alright, looking at it like this, it appears that this thing comes around to the back, something like that. But I won't snug it all the way up until we get it on the car. This guy back on there. Put us an O-ring on that. Not that one. There seems to be a slight fit discrepancy here. This one hits the inner fender well. So I'm I may have to do a little trimming on this right here. I'd rather not, but it looks like we're gonna have to. If I can do this clean. I believe we are okay now. Oh, I did put oil in this. I was going to show it. A little concerned on those threads there for a minute. Tighten that all the way up because I still have to probably have to fuss with this line here so I can get this line back on, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it is not facing where it needs to face. It needs to like tweak up some. Place this O-ring while we're looking at it. Leave all this loose, and I'm gonna put the line to the back of the compressor. That way, everything's kind of still floating over here. I'll go ahead and change this O-ring since I got it off, and then I gotta get out that orifice tube. Get them with a pair of pliers. That must be some sort of adapter deal. I don't know when you would use that. Put a little drop of oil on this O-ring here, just so it slides up in there a little easier. May or may not be necessary at all, but Alright, I got this side put together. Still have to put the switch on, still have to tighten stuff up, but I'm going to wait till I put the lines to the back of the compressor. But I'll be right back. Alright, that worked out good. Went and ate with the family, left the camera charging, good to go. So, still all loose over here, which is fine. Still got the switch on and the port. We'll put the lines on the back of the compressor. Alright, it's starting to get a little chilly out here. I had to wrap this up tomorrow or go change clothes. Let's change the, it may have O-rings on this. Little cap here. Nope, it's just got plugs. Alright, there's some of these washers in here. I think that's what we're going to use instead of just a O-ring. These things usually do pretty good. But just like that side, I'll put a little dab of oil on here, help them seal some. Won't make a mess. We'll get all this stuff snugged up, and I may wait and do the vacuum and everything tomorrow. Still got to tighten the belt up. Let's tighten up everything over here. Oh, and if I'm supposed to send you out stickers, I have not forgotten. I was just out of stickers, so get those mailed out as soon as I can. Probably also out of stamps, but I need to get those mailed out. Let's put a little oil on this O-ring, help it slip over. Oh, here it is. Switch in. All right, I believe that is everything. That guy right there. Like I said, it was functioning. It's just that compressor would get to rattling and carrying on when it got, head pressure on it. Well, let's drag the vacuum pump out. go ahead and see if it's going to pull the vacuum, which I hope it does. All right, this is a Harbor Freight vacuum pump. I've had it for several years, and it's actually pretty handy to have. These manifold gauges are Harbor Freight as well. And honestly, I usually tear them up way before something goes bad. I'll knock the lens out, bend the needles, and if you look, you can see that one's bent up already. So, and then I kept my old ones because I used this hose from the old set for my vacuum pump. It's finger tight. And this is your high pressure. Go ahead and hook them all up. All right, low pressure's got your vacuum. You can see 0 and it turns into red. There's a little mark there from where I banged it on something. The vacuum pump's got oil in it. It's loud. So I'll show you when it starts pulling vacuum. You'll see that needle drop. Pump on. For a quick check, you can turn it on right quick. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but you turn it on, let it pull it down, and then turn it right back off. And that ain't good at all. So we have a leak somewhere. For a real quick check, you can like run the vacuum pump for a second, pull vacuum and cut it off and see if it holds. This one was falling right back to 0, so I knew there was something wrong. So I had a can of refrigerant, and I just kind of bumped it through the system a couple times, and I could tell it was leaking at the compressor. Well, I knew that I put these washers on there. Well, washers or not, we have a problem. So if you'll take a look at how this is made and then how that is, those would locate the hoses, the inside, this ID, and this outside would be a sealing surface. This little counterbore looking deal right here. Well, take a look at the back of this computer. I don't know what you use for that, because the one on the left here is pretty much, you know, that washer would seal that up, but then that one, that port on the right is way down in there like a counterbore, and this left side here would never seal up. So I guess I gotta do a little investigating and see what's going on with this. I'm not real sure what to do here, so hopefully I can figure out something and we'll get it put back together. Gotta go to Google. Alright, it's been going about 45 minutes or so. It looks like it's got about 25 inches of vacuum there. 844. We'll let it sit for about 10 minutes and see if it holds that vacuum. Hopefully it does. Yeah, didn't show it because I guess I got ahead of myself, but I figured out the compressor and the line deal. I just happened to see these. I'd already started emergency plan B, back figuring the thickness of 2 of those gaskets and depth of that hole, and I was going to run to work and make me an aluminum spacer. But that compressor came with these super heavy gaskets. So, and I was actually still concerned because the one down in the counterbore and then the one on the left side, it didn't look like it would be even, but I hit it with the vacuum and it really changed. So, and I knew something was different. As soon as I turned it on, the vacuum pump sounded different. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's about 25 inches of vacuum, which is fantastic. As long as it holds it there, I mean, that's a good sign. Let it sit a little bit and see what it does. All right, this thing's still holding pretty good. It's been 15 minutes, so let's hit it with some Freon, or let's hit it with some refrigerant, and we'll see what happens. Well, first I gotta tighten the belt. Alrighty, got one can in there. Now the only thing that's going to be messing with us is it's sort of chilly out here. And ooh, that is cold. So ambient temperature is going to act a little goofy. But let's see what it does. Crank the car. That was cold. Alright, let me start the old car up. I should have already done this and got it warm, but you know. Now 3 cans should be enough. I mean, I think it said 3 pounds. I mean, it ain't probably exactly enough. I'll probably do the math and tell you that, but I'm just gonna jump it across. Oh, look at there. Just trying to force it to suck this Freon in, or refrigerant rather. And that glass deal right here, you can see the refrigerant going in. Oh, okay, compressor activated on its own. But see, this high pressure is real low, They're almost equal. You want this about 200 and this about 50. But like I said, the ambient temperature is probably going to cause it to act a little different. I believe it called for 3.5 pounds, and I got about 2.25. But it still should. So I'm going to have to get some more tomorrow. Unless I have some in the Suburban, I may. But this can's so cold it don't want to suck it down. Idle time. There's not a whole lot left in this can. It finally came off the high idle, which seemed like it took off a long time. It is definitely working because this is insanely cold, but the ambient temperature is not letting it. I mean, that's going to mess with it. I can't explain that because I don't know the ins and outs. I just know it's cold tonight, so it's going to have different readings. The hotter it is, the higher the head pressure you typically would see. Hotter outside. I mean, it's just, and this fan is super efficient. So there's a few ounces left in this. I left it sitting right here to try to let the wind warm it up. But I think I'm gonna try to get this last little bit of the can in there, and I'm gonna run it up the road, see how it does. But it still needs another can of refrigerant. All right, that's about as empty as it's gonna get. I'm gonna run this thing up the road and see how it does, and then need to get another can of this. Alrighty, AC still hanging in there. Larry's on the way to get this thing. I'm gonna send it up the road. Hopefully everything goes well. I can kind of see a couple of things that's probably gonna need to be upgraded in the future. The blower motor seems a little slow. I do hear that, what'd you say, OBS Chevrolet?
The 94 and up Chevrolet.
94 and up Chevrolet truck blower motor is supposed to be an upgrade for this, a plug and play deal. 25% more flow. What else? There was something else, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, like I said, all I use is Harbor Freight junk, I guess. The vacuum pump and the manifold gauges. And yet again, don't take what I do as professional tips. It's just how I've done it, and it seems to work. So I guess that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching Left Dead Garage, and we'll catch you later.